All right, the stage is set for the World Final, World Cup of Chess. And India's prodigy, Praggnanandhaa, is now facing Carlsen, the Scandinavian champion. The match is underway. The beginning was preponed. In fact, it was supposed to start from 4:30, but it is already underway, what we know now. And joining us on the broadcast here on this very special day is none other than the coach of Praggnanandhaa, Mr. Ramesh, who is joining us here on Republic TV. He's live with us on the broadcast. Thank you so much, Mr. Ramesh, for joining us here. You've been with Praggnanandhaa for around 10 years now, and it was when he was 10 years, 10 months of age, and 19 days when he became the international chess master, the youngest ever. And today, he's an 18-year-old, still a teenager, and he is bidding for the world title for the first time appearing in the World Cup final. So first of all, what kind of hopes? Are you nervous? Are you jittery? Or you're fully confident?
I'm not nervous. I'm just excited, I would say. I'm not definitely not nervous. I'm really happy to see Prag playing Magnus Carlsen in the finals, because we did not expect this as a possibility when we went for this tournament, because to come to this stage where he can play against Magnus in the finals, he had to overcome many very tough opposition, like world number 2, Hikaru Nakamura, and world number 3, Caruana Fabiano, Arjun Ergesi, Navara David. So all these are extremely strong players, and there was no guarantee that we will be able to successfully beat them in matches and to come to the finals. So our expectations were not very high, but we eventually wanted to become a world champion. That is for sure. But we were just giving ourselves a longer time frame. But it's nice to see that he is able to play in such a big match against the world number 1 Magnus Carlsen in the finals of the World Cup. Very excited for him, and very happy for how he has handled all the pressures in the last few weeks.
Right, of course, your smile, of course, also says it all, that you are very, excited also. And so are all of us, and a billion prayers are with the Praggnanandhaa right ahead of this final clash. But tell us what happened yesterday. We were, of course, expecting a winner yesterday, but it ended up in a draw, a very long drawn battle this final has been. So what exactly, how can you really explain to our viewers what was happening yesterday?
Yeah, so to put things in perspective, from a viewpoint of Magnus Carlsen, he has never won the World Cup before. He has won all the other titles possible for a human chess player to achieve. He has won all of them except the World Cup title. He has come twice to the semi-final stage and lost both the times. So he'll be extra motivated to get the World Cup title in his bookshelf. And unfortunately for him, like, he had some food poisoning issues in the last 3 days, and he has not been able to have a healthy food intake. And as a result, his energy level was very low, and he did not want to play such a crucial match, the finals, with low energy. So that prompted him to play for a draw with the white pieces, end the game, get more rest for his body to recuperate, and come energetically for the tiebreak today. And from Prag's perspective, he has played 2 other major events before the World Cup. So he is already tired even before the World Cup began. And the World Cup was extremely strenuous. There were around 200 players at the beginning. Only 2 are left standing in the finals. So it has been very tiresome for Prag as well. But he is quite young, and he knows the price he has to pay to reach to the top, and he's perfectly willing to play without complaints. And from Prag's angle, these 2 short draws in the standard time control will give him more time for the body and mind to relax. And today I am sure he's fully energetic, and he's going to hopefully make us all proud.
Absolutely. And of course, one phrase that has become really viral or, very popular is "be like Prag." This is what Magnus Carlsen, his own opponent right now, he said in an interview that you were telling many of the students there, you were at the coaching camp there, and it was the same club as Carlsen's, and he heard this phrase there, "be like Prag." So what does it really take to be like Prag? Tell us the secret.
No, I am the head coach for the club run by Magnus Carlsen. He has a club in Norway. It's called Offerspill Club, and they have appointed me as head coach to kind of bring a system, because in India we have a good system where we identify young talents and groom them, and they wanted to build a similar system in Nordic countries. So when I was doing a camp there, I asked the players, have you done enough for your chess growth? You all have high ambitions, but do you think you have paid the price. You have put the effort to reach what you hoping to reach. And almost everyone said, no, I have not done my best. Then I asked them, like, what is preventing you from doing that? And everyone said, like, we have other commitments, like they like to socialize, they like to go for parties during the weekends, spend time with other teenagers and so on. And they have very other interests, and they're also ambitious in chess. And I said, like, Prag, being a teenager, he also wants to do all these activities, but he also wants to be the best player in the world. And he had to choose between the priorities. And he chose chess, and that's the price he is paying. He cannot socialize like other teenagers of other children of his age. And he's not playing video games, he's not watching the serials and so on. So in that context, I said, like, you have to be like Prag. You have to, if you want to achieve really something big in life, then you should be ready to pay the price. And Prag is willing to pay the price. So in that context, I told this. And some of the participants in the camp, they have conveyed it to Magnus because they're obviously know him and they're his friends. And that's what Magnus meant when he said, be like Prag.
Of course, there are challenges, and as a teenager, of course, he has many challenges as well. He talked about how focused he is, how disciplined he is, no matter what the distractions around him. But also, he must be having days, since he must be getting in the habit of, since a very young age, he became an international chess master first, and then he's a grandmaster, and now he is the finalist, of course. But he must be having his own low days also. Whenever there is, any kind of a setback of sorts, how do you motivate him? What really goes into his mind, and how does he really take all of those challenges given his young age?
Yeah, so we know, like, we have discussed this, like, even when he was like 8 or 9 years old, he was very clear that he wants to be a world champion one day. And he knows that it's a long journey, and there is a lot of hard work, and there are going to be many good and bad moments in the journey. And it's basically a long process. And he was willing to be patient and go through the process without expecting everything to go his way in the short run. So when things go wrong, we just try to look at it as an opportunity. Like, okay, we have done something wrong. That's why we have lost the game. So we see losses as an opportunity to identify what we are doing wrong, as a clue to the mistakes we are making. And once we identify, okay, this is what we are doing incorrectly, then we discuss, like, how best we can handle this, so in similar situations we don't repeat these kind of mistakes. So we try to look at losses as opportunities to identify our weakness and work and get better in the process. So in Prag's case, losses generally kind of motivate him to work even harder. So it doesn't affect his confidence as it does to many other players I have seen. So I think his mental framework and attitude towards learning is far advanced and nuanced than most players, I would say.
Well, that's lovely. But one thing you would like to say to Praggnanandhaa and all the people who are cheering for him, because there's been an immense support for him, even, throughout this World Cup. We see a lot of support for our players and our athletes during, a match of cricket. And now we also have a lot of athletes like Neeraj Chopra and other, other games as well, and other sports as well. And Praggnanandhaa is again now, after Vishwanathan Anand, we are seeing a new crop of, in fact, youngsters that are coming, really coming up and are rising stars in the world of chess now. But Praggnanandhaa, going into this finals, what do you have to say to him right now on Republic TV? What's your message, and whatever you want to say to all the upcoming players as well?
Yeah, to Prag personally, like, I've already conveyed it to him as well. I'm extremely proud of what you are doing, and I'm aware of all the hardships you are going through. My heart is there with you, and really proud of what you're doing for our country and for your chess. And just give your best, irrespective of the outcome. I know you will give your best, and always there for you.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ramesh, for joining us here. We really wish the best for you and our Praggnanandhaa. We hope to speak to you soon, and we hope to celebrate the victory with you also on Republic TV. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you.